Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 107 of The Sound. Great episode for you. This one, we are going to be chatting with Kyle from Blacklite District, talking about his new single, Back into the Darkness. And before that, we will chat. It's pre recorded, so you get to see some really rare behind the scenes bullshit that happens. But we have Wes Scantlin from Puddle of Mudd will be joining us to talk about what's coming up for Puddle of Mudd and give us a little history of the mud of Puddle. So, Jared, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm pumped. This has got to be the most comments we've ever had from number one, YouTube, and number two, the most comments we've ever had before we even went live. Kevin and I can see it on the side, man. It's blowing up, blowing up, blowing up. And I think I know why. Blacklite District has a large YouTube following.
They do.
Look, my Facebook notifications are going to be blowing up. Can you hear that? It's going to be blowing up all night. I can tell.
No, I can't hear it.
Okay, good. Yours just went off.
Now I'm hoping. I haven't put the poll together for the grudge match. I'm hoping that I can put it together while it's going on, and maybe we won't get kicked off, and we have to rely on everybody putting it in the comment section, because we do have a killer grudge match tonight.
Who we got?
So you got the returning champion, Pardon the Scars, with their song Purge, and they're going to be taking on the challenger Etched in Embers with their new one, Your Crimes. So two great songs.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun. But I will say this, while we have this YouTube audience, please hit that subscribe button. Help us out. So,
and if you really want to be a gem, hit that notification one too, man. We interview people like this all the time. So maybe you'll come across a band that you aren't familiar with. Kevin, I think our track record on bands right now is pretty damn legit. Don't you?
No, absolutely. I mean, it's, I like seeing people say, hey, I found this band on the Sound.
Right.
And of course, we're not going to take 100% of the credit, because bands that good are going to get noticed eventually.
Yeah, well, and we haven't broke all of these bands. Like, we're not the first one to the scene for sure, but I'm just saying, like, our thesis, our motto here from the get-go has been proven true. Like, there are amazing, talented artists out there that are putting out the kind of music that if you turn on some radio stations, you're like, why am I not hearing new shit? Right? It's out there. It is out there.
That it is. And if you're looking for that station to play that plays new shit, I got it for you. All you have to do is download the Sound 228 app, and it's there for you. And I discourage this, kind of, I guess. But if you don't want to download the app, go to our website, thesound228.com,
yeah,
and you can listen to the station there as well.
That's right.
And while you're there, vote for for your favorite song of the top 30, the Dirty 30 of 2022. So
okay,
you can vote for the songs there. We're going to do a countdown December 30th. We'll go from number 30 to number 1 on who gets the most votes. And I will tell you this, I think we're a little over 1,000 votes in there already. So there's some good stuff going on. So if you have a song that we had on the Filthy 15 that was number 1, well, go on there and tell us which one you like out of the group. And if Matt or Lisa are in there, they can put the Survey Monkey link in there, and you can go in and vote. So
yep. And I know Ann, what's up, Ann? She's in the comments. Lisa's in the comments. I see it's going fast, people. Christian, what's up? Miss Diamond, what's up? Man, it's going quick. Connor, I think. Yep. Marcus, man, thank y'all for being in the comments. And Kevin, let's kick it off, man. Let's get this grudge match rolling. We got 2 killer videos, dude.
All right, so the grudge match, here it is. Champion, Pardon the Scars, challenger, Etched in Embers. If everything works properly, when the second video is going, you'll see a poll pop up. If you're on Facebook, vote video number 1, video number 2. If you're on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, put in the comments video number 1 or video number 2. We'll add them up, and we'll see who moves on to the next episode, December 16th, to take on another challenger. So here we go. It is the grudge match, and you're watching The Sound.
Deceive them, brush them to the side, 'cause you don't need them. I'm in the way of what you want. Bodies lie across this front. Leave them to die. They're just miles in your twisted mind. Rise on them time as you crush them with the weight of your crimes. Crush them with the weight of your Leave them to die. They're just models in your twisted mind. Leave them to die. They're just models in your twisted mind. Rise on them time as you crush them with the weight of your crimes. As you crush them with your crimes, crush them with the weight of your crimes.
Etched in Embers. That one's Your Crimes. Great tune. Sitting in the top. I think it's in the Filthy 15 for this week. So good stuff from them. And I don't think I've seen or heard a bad song come out of them yet.
That's
And I
exactly.
wouldn't say anything was bad. I'm just saying everything that they've done has just been fucking pure energy.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
good.
they haven't put out a bad song yet. That's what I was gonna say. Same as you. I know Russ, man. He's on here. I saw him earlier in the comments, and he shares a lot on his page. You know, struggles and shit, working, doing the band.
Did
Should
you
we
see?
keep going?
Did you see the lyrics he threw up today from a song he's working on?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Punch you in the face.
But what I was gonna say is I love that he shares that, man, because it's like it's the struggle's real, right? Especially at the level of the game that they're at. You know, and
Absolutely.
you're constantly wondering, do you keep going? Do you keep going? Russ, y'all keep fucking doing what you're doing, man, because the music is killer and we love it, man. So just I want you to hear that feedback and check out the comment section as you probably already are. I think a lot of people agree with us.
So here we go. We're going to roll into video number 2, which is Your Champion. It is Pardon the Scars. It's the latest from them. It's called Purge. Check it out. Look for the poll. Hopefully, fingers crossed, please don't fuck up. And we'll go from there. And yeah, Lisa's sitting there telling people how to get onto the poll. Okay, here we are. It is video number 2, and it is Pardon the Scars. It's the grudge match, and you're watching The Sound.
Never been a friend on my side. Springing forward, I'm falling behind. Anxieties attack from the back of my mind. Rewinding me, reminding me. Every step that I take, they keep finding me. The shadows are dancing on the walls in the corner of my eye. And they won't let me go. They won't let me go. these demons of mine, and they won't let me go. They won't let me go. There's nothing left to take anymore. Grant me serenity, give me the strength to compromise, shelter myself from my own lies, fight this war inside myself and purge these demons away forever.
Killer tune from those guys right there. That is Pardon the Scars. That one's called Purge.
Yes.
Which was video number 2 to be exact. The poll is working on Facebook. So video number 1 or video number 2, if you're on Facebook, click on the poll. Let us know what you think. If you're on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, just put in the comments video number 1 or video number 2, and that's where we'll roll. And we'll see where we end up. So
shout out to videos, Kevin. I mean, that's too, local, local. I say local. I mean, Esh and Emmers is not in our hometown, but these guys are putting out quality songs like that and quality videos like that. And to me, that's very impressive in this day and age, like with the technology the way it is, that they can put shit out like that. It's hats off to those guys. Takes a lot of work.
That comment right there. Both bands are doing an incredible job. Keep that shit up.
That's right. That's right. And that takes a lot of work, man. A lot of dedication, a lot of sacrifice if you haven't done it before. So kudos to you guys, man. All right, where are we rolling next?
So we are rolling into Wes from Puddle of Mudd. Now, let me give you a little backstory on this one. So this is a pre-recorded. We recorded with him last week. He couldn't do the live, so we pre-recorded it. About 2 minutes before we went to do this, I lost my internet. I don't know what happened, but the internet just went shitty. So I went to the hotspot on my phone and hooked my computer to the phone. So you don't know how much it takes to run one of these shows from this computer. And so all of that shit happening and trying to talk to Wes at the same time. So you're going to see some behind the scenes glitches and me disappearing and all the frozen bullshit and all of that. So, but we're going to roll it. Here is,
Hey, are you going to stop it though? Cause don't have the whole, like, in other words, we didn't trim it.
Oh, you mean on the back end?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll trim that too. So here was the deal. He had one fucking job to do. So
Oh, me? Oh,
I'm
you're
not,
gonna
I'm
shit
not
on me?
taking all the credit for this, but
Yeah.
when we put a show together, I do the
Yep.
music videos, I get
Yep.
everything put together. All he had to do was download the Wes interview and edit it to get it to a starting point and an ending point. Right before we went on the air, hey Jared, you got the Wes interview? Ah, shit. So
I
here
had
it
it.
comes.
I had it.
You
Though.
had it. But here we go.
All
So
right.
here is Wes from Puddle of Mudd.
All right, we're recording, so let's go, Kevin. No fucking way he just froze again. No fucking way he just froze again. Jesus Christ. All right, let me pull him out. He just needs to go from his phone like you.
Hold on, man. Let me freeze for a second. I gotta get the. I just had to go to the store right before I called you guys, and this is parking lots. Like, people are gonna start like fucking. They're gonna start yelling at me and shit if I don't get the fuck out of here. Hope I don't wreck or anything coming backwards here. I'm actually driving backwards. I got a story I could tell you guys about running out of gas on Sunset Boulevard in one of these Hummers. It was not cool.
He's Kevin, you're back.
Yep. I had to switch. I honestly had to switch it back to my phone. So
Oh wow. Okay. Wes is moving. He was in a parking lot. He said people were
I'm just going around the other side over here. I'm just making sure that I got some guitars and stuff in my back here that are a little impeding the visual, man. But I think that I've dadgum pulled it off. I'm a pretty good driver, actually, for the most part. Watch me eat my words right when I say that too.
yeah, right on camera too.
Right when I say that, I swore I didn't see a car there before. Yeah, I don't think there's one back there, but if there is, they're in bad shape. They don't want the Hummer running into them. Okay, dudes, I think that I've successfully backed out of the skinniest little parking lot in the world.
Yeah, I was watching.
Sorry.
I was watching one of your other interviews where somebody fucked with you at the car wash.
Oh yeah. They will too, man. Shoot, go to the gas stations now, man. They're like little scouts. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
So what we kind of wanted, where we want to kind of steer to is let's start at the beginning of Puddle of Mudd and what it took from Puddle of Mudd to get from what you would consider local band status to getting that label to getting to where you guys were. I mean, you couldn't turn on the radio without hearing a Puddle of Mudd song.
Yowza. Yeah, way back, 93, we had there was a cruddy old, just, brick building right by the levee by the Missouri River under the Broadway Bridge in downtown Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas. And I went down there and I was trying out as a guitar player for kind of a maybe getting put together type local band. So I was definitely into like writing my own songs already at that point. And so I was sitting there showing Sean Salmon, the OG bass player for the Puddle, and he was playing the bass, and Jimmy and Kenny walked downstairs from the second floor, and they were like, "Anybody in here? Can anybody in here sing?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I can sing, man. Fuck it, So, yeah, it all kind of started out like that, and then there was a massive flood, and then we just called it Puddle of Mudd. So, and then we, we toughed it out for many years, and it had kind of fizzled this way and it fizzled that way, and obviously, being in a local band, it's not going to pay the freaking bills, and people have families and people have have actual jobs and stuff like that, and so it was, people just basically like, just kind of said, hey, I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. So, and then, I was basically down to, just, I basically just thanked God and said, hey, I appreciate all the great times. And, I'm going to, move down here to New Orleans and, start bartending down in the French Quarter, which would have been really fun. And, right before me and my ex-girlfriend were cruising down there to pick up her daughter, the night before that we left, my friend came over and he took me to a Family Values concert. And when I got there, I had actually brought a demo tape that I actually had made for me by a fan, this girl named Leishan. And she sent it to my house and I got it and I took it with me and we jammed it all the way to the Family Values concert. Went in there and my good buddy Baron, he came up and he had 2 fake backstage passes and he had been talking to Fred Durst, head security guy. And he said he wanted to meet me. So we went down there and the fake backstage passes worked. Thank God. And I gave it to Fred's head security and told him to have fun throwing it away and bye-bye. And then, a week later in Mobile, Alabama, I got a text and Fred Durst was like, yeah, man, you gotta come to Los Angeles, man, because, we want to sign you up. So I was super, super happy and excited and went straight to the freaking New Orleans airport and got on a plane and went straight to Los Angeles. So it was incredible to
I didn't realize some of that had happened down here on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, I didn't either. I think I remember Mobile as being part of the story, but I thought remember reading it in the magazines like you had thrown it up on the stage or something, I always wonder how real those are.
Yeah, that was a Stone Temple Pilot concert. There was a lot of different concerts that I would go to that I would, kind of just gently as possible, like throw a CD up onto the stage, and you never know, maybe somebody call you back, maybe not, but it was worth a shot. And we partied and had a great time and had a great show, and all, it didn't really matter, but it was just like a little bit, I don't know, just whatever.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, not gonna lose anything from this.
No internet at all.
Yeah, kids nowadays don't understand that. What was on the demo? Do you remember? Like what songs?
Yeah, there was there's about 25, 30 songs on the demo tape, and that would have consisted of the first demo album. I don't know. I would consider it actually an album, but most record execs would call it a demo, So anyway, Stuck, all of Stuck was on there. All of Abrasive, the second record, Abrasive was on there, and some other songs that I had put together, and Hate Sex and Pussy Perfume, and just a lot of different Down on Me, and I don't even know, man. I'd have to actually call Fred because I think he's still got the tape, man. I think, yeah, he's got it in like a lockbox or something.
Oh, dude, that would be killer to hear that. Like he must have went deep too if it had that many songs. Like he gave you the time, like he listened to it,
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I think that they had to go to a pawn shop to get an actual, like a get blaster.
Yeah.
Just to listen to the demo tape.
Yeah. Yeah. Kids don't understand that nowadays either. What probably we're even talking about, but it was before CDs. Just don't worry about it. Yeah.
And they're all like, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Well, so that happens, right? And then Kevin can probably pick up better here because y'all put the first record out, man, and it was just like exploded, right? Like Kevin said, you were in radio at the time, right? You know better or as good as anybody.
Yeah, and like I said, it was one of those, and when those songs came out, Control and all of that. It was you guys took over radio. And I no lie, that's my opinion on it. You took over radio every time, and no matter what rock station you turned on, at least within the first hour, you heard a Puddle of Mud song. And that was just absolutely amazing how that happened. And it sucks that that can't happen nowadays very often. But you guys did it, and you kept going for God, what seemed for years, for a while. And then the ultimate song, She Fucking Hates Me, comes out.
Yeah.
And I didn't think a band could explode any further than what they had already done. And then that song just took you into a whole different stratosphere. So give us a little bit of that ride when all of that happened. How was that for you personally?
It was, it's amazing. It's a bunch of happy times and just a bunch of really killer moments. She Hates Me was written many, many years ago by me and Jimmy Allen, the original guitar player for Puddle of Mudd. God bless him. Yeah, I mean, it was just incredible. And it just kept going too. Blurry just kind of like really exploded. And there's a lot of songs that have done well. So
Yeah,
there is no doubt about that. And
pat myself on the back. I like to do that every once in a while. You earned it for sure on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, going from like you mentioned, because every guy that's ever been in a local band, I'm sure, can relate to, hey, I can't do this anymore. A guitar player quits, got to go back to work or whatever. But not everybody gets to the level that you were at, where, like Kevin's saying, you were crushing every single radio station. Even like with Blurry, I'm sure, Kevin, crossover, right? That made crossover stations, not just rock. What's that like to be on the big bus and just have everything you ever wanted? Is it, not everybody gets to taste that.
Yeah, the thing that's kind of a little funky about the whole situation was that we were on like a tour bus, and we kind of like, we didn't really have a radio, we didn't have a radio. Like we didn't really listen to radio stations, like going from in and out of town through town. So most of the time, Paul Phillips would get a phone call, or I don't know. It was just, I don't know. We did. Yeah. Cause we were in Europe, and we were going all over the world, and things were just exploding. And, we kind of really didn't even really know, like, sort of, we just didn't really actually see a lot of it happening or hear a lot about it happening,
Yeah, it's like a whirlwind, I'm sure, right? And you're caught up in the middle of it, just night after night.
Yeah, just trying to take care of your health and your voice, and trying to get as much sleep as possible. And fortunately, I didn't need as much as I do these days. But yeah, it was we were having a great time, man.
Well, so now we've moved on, and you've had those few albums, and then last year what was it, 21 last year or 2019? 2019 is when that last album came out.
Yeah, Welcome to Galvania.
Yes.
I did really well, man. Yeah.
Well, I could tell. I loved Uh-Oh. You came out the box with Uh-Oh, and I was like, man, this is an old Puddle of Mud here. I loved it. The video was great, and everything was there, and it started to grab traction again for you guys, and I was getting excited. And now we're into 2022, and you're getting ready to do some new stuff. So tell us about what's coming new.
Well, the new record right now is being mixed and produced right now by John Kurzweg. Amazing engineer, songwriter, producer, and he did the he did the Come Clean album, and he did half of the Life on Display album, and he's actually probably working on it right now, actually, and he's just a wonderful, awesome guy, and very song oriented, and he recorded he's recorded many awesome bands. He did Creed's records. I think the first 2 or 3 records he did with Creed, which was Omega Insane.
Yeah.
And super stoked for Scott. I'm super happy we got to play a show with him, and I almost started crying. I was so happy for the guy.
Yeah. The new stuff that he's put out too. Kevin and I have played it. It's good stuff as well.
I gotta hear that, man. Is that out?
Well, when I say new, I don't mean like maybe the stuff that's about to come out. I mean like what was his last release, Kevin?
I'd have to pull it up to remember. If you'll give me a second, I'll get it up real quick.
Yeah, I remember the video is already out. Like this is probably
is
2 years old at this point.
Oh
anyway.
shoot! Okay, I gotta see. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's legit. But he's also on the road too. So are you back out touring now? Right? You're playing shows.
Yeah, we're playing this weekend. We're gonna be in Florida, and then we're gonna be in South Carolina, and heck, we're playing with Hardy. We're playing this with this. We're actually playing like a country, like some kind of a country. I don't know. It's the Hardy guy. He sings Blurry a lot. He's like, he pumps up Blurry, like he sings it like every night. So we're gonna play a show with that guy, and that should be really fun. And there's a song on the new record, which I'm like tentatively calling Octopussy, but I don't know. I might change the name, but I think I like it, because I don't know, it kind of sticks. But yeah, there's a country song that I wrote. It's called Butterface. So and
I'm noticing a bit of a theme here with the
you
title,
guys
right?
You're gonna just go, wow, that it was all really in good fun and in good faith, and you know what, it just really worked out, and it's charming, and it's very 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 catchy, and people will get just a big kick out of it. It's just it's just all in good nature.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the best. Just having fun.
Yeah, that's where the good jams come from, right?
Right.
Is like just right off the cuff, no plan, it just comes out. But we mentioned like with the hit songs that you've had, but like the music game has changed since then, right? So it's totally different now. Bands don't get quite signed like they used to anymore, and no one buys albums really. What is it like now putting out music, having been in the game when it was the good old days, right? Compared to like now where it's downloads and streams. What's your take on that?
Well, I think it's great, man, really. Especially for young artists. Like it's a huge platform. I mean, it's just monster. It's just amazing, I wish that when I was coming up, it would have been, available at that point. But, we were going to like, Xerox copying machine play and taking the S10 Chevy pickup, with flyers and stuff. And I'm, like going down North Oak freaking highway and, Kansas City, and just coming up the stoplights and just like, passing flyers. That's how we were doing it. We're just flyering everywhere.
Yeah.
I swear, man, it was fun. I mean, we had a great time. I mean, we were always totally full of ice cold beer. That's for sure.
There you go.
Yeah, the kids in their 20s now are like still trying to put all this together. But kids, it was before the internet, right? You couldn't just share it. You couldn't just upload it and share it out and blast everybody on your social media shit, But there's two sides to that, like you say, and you're someone who can remember what it was like to not have it. So it ain't all bad, kids. You know, people complain and don't like this or that about it, but it definitely is a lot easier to distribute your shit right nowadays when you can just put it out. Is there plans for the new music? Kevin and I talk about this a lot. Is there plans to do single releases? You know, like almost like an EP, a song at a time, song video.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea to me, man. You know, because everybody's moving so fast paced now. Why not? You know,
Yeah,
just release it and let everybody get a nice little feel of it. If it catches on and people are dancing and having a good time and feeling the music and, you know, rocking and jamming and, you know, hipping and hopping and twerking and working, you know, God bless it, and so be it, you know. And yeah, I wouldn't have a problem doing that, but you know, we'll still admit I'm still gonna do like an entire record, you know, an entire LP. So, you know,
I love it.
yeah,
really,
I'm with you on that.
I'll do 2 albums. I mean, I have so many songs, it's like ridiculous.
So I had to, Jared, you were talking about the hits. I sitting here, I was just writing them down as they were coming to my head as the ones that I could remember. And we're just going to run down a small list real quick of Puddle of Mud. You ready?
All right, yeah.
So you got Uh-Oh, Blurry, Control, She Hates Me, Drift and Die, Psycho, Away from Me, Spin You Around, Already Gone, and Famous, just off the top of my head. I don't know of many bands that can name that many radio hits that quick. That
yeah, Spin You Around and Stoned was one. I think that was number 1 too, I think. And Famous, yeah, and then Spin You Around, Heel Overhead.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is like it's almost like they didn't go number 1, like they're crap or something. But a lot of people like listening to Heel Overhead, and a lot of people love Spin You Around, and We Don't Have to Look Back Now was a wonderful song to do with Eve Six, the band Eve Six. They're great guys, and that's a special great song. And that did really well. I mean, heck, it's, you know, that's played in, you know, CVS's and McDonald's and Rogers and Verizon wireless stores and gas stations all over the whole world, man. You know, right along with Blurry and Jiminy Christmas. There's even more than that. Sheesh. But you named off a bunch of them.
Yeah, for sure. Kevin, I think he froze again. Yeah, we lost Kevin again. He'll be back.
You frozen.
Yeah, he looks like he's deep in thought right now, so we'll just keep him up there. There he is. Hold on, we'll pull him out. There he goes. All right. What you mentioned Florida. Where are you going to be in Florida, and what date?
Florida, we're gonna be there Friday. And that's gonna be in starts with
Fernandina.
Fernandina.
At the Sadler Ranch.
Yeah, and that's probably by the water or by the ocean, maybe.
You can't go much places in Florida without being by the water.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's great though.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that place, Kevin. Where is that at? Like in relation to, is it Panhandle? Is that South Florida? Where is that?
I'm gonna have to look myself.
Oh, you said it so confidently. I thought you knew.
Because I was
Fernandina.
I had it pulled it up on the it is actually in the so it's on the East Coast. Just northeast of Jacksonville. It's like yeah, I mean it's right
there, baby.
It's on the line of Florida and Georgia right there. So right
Wes,
on the East Coast, right on the beach.
Do y'all have anyone on tour with you, or is this you just, you know, y'all are spearheading it by yourself?
You know, I like you guys were saying earlier before we started this interview, you were saying like, you know, helping out like new up and coming and, you know, starving artists and stuff like that. And we, you know, we like, I like to just tour, you know, just basically with Puddle. I don't really like to want to tour with any other type bands, but we are going to be doing the Mud Fest again. But Yeah, I mean, we let the local, there'd be some regional, regional, local, hot, hot, hot cats and gals, and let them get up there on the stage and steal our crowd, man, if they want to.
There you go. See,
I-
he knows how the game works.
Right. And I will tell you this, if we could find a way of getting you guys to Biloxi for all of that,
Yeah.
we promote shows too. So we'll be glad to have you down here.
We'll go Mudfest, man. I'm getting ready to fire it up. Actually, I'm getting ready to call my booking agent and tell him, like, we need to just keep this Mudfest going.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great to get you down here on the Gulf Coast in Mississippi. But
Yeah.
love that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What where are you most active online? If people want to keep up to date with the new stuff, where you're going, what is there a social platform that you use more than others?
You know what? I've been checking TikTok out, man. It's insane. It's very educational thing. I'm on there, and then I don't know, I just kind of dabble in the interweb a little bit. I'm usually writing, but you can always get a hold of me at puddleofmudd.com. And yeah, my people will be there helping me out and helping me answer some questions and shit like that.
It's always nice to have those people.
Yes, for sure, for sure. And like we mentioned to you also, man, you got new music coming out. Let us know. We'll give it the full red carpet rollout on the Sound 228 radio.
All right, I appreciate you, man. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we appreciate your time. Unless Kevin, you got anything else, man? I know you froze
No,
up. A couple
well,
times
you know how I am, and I always talk about it. And I was like, you know what? This is one of my favorite pictures too. So I always got to put that up.
Yeah. That's
That was
cool.
that was at CPR Fest in Biloxi.
Was that an auditorium?
Oh
yeah, that was in the Coliseum in Biloxi, and that I think that show had Shine Down on it as well, and Kitty, I think, was on that.
Oh, okay. Wow, that was way back.
Yeah. So
Awesome. Well, you look good, man.
well, thank you. So do you.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
now
Well,
it's just come back to Biloxi.
You know that me and him were looking good. I'm just kidding.
But you
I love it, bro.
We got to get you back to Biloxi. So Mississippi Gulf Coast loves Puddle of Mud. We want you back.
Right on, man.
Well, dude, we appreciate your time, and you have a wonderful night, and good luck on the road out there, man.
Right on, guys. Thank you so much, man. Have a good night. God
All
bless
right.
You.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Love it.
Right
See you
on.
later. Bye-bye. All right.
Nice. That
I-
was good.
Glad my internet works now.
Yeah, it was a little glitchy there for you, wasn't it?
It happens. Fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah, and the
Thank
video
you.
was right, Kevin, because I hit stop. It wasn't.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was watching the timing, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to have to do this. So-
Yeah. I was worried. I didn't know, but that was good, man. We want to thank Wes for taking the time out of his day to jump on here for two knuckleheads like Kevin and I and talk about his music. I mean, if you remember Puddle of Mud from what, Kevin, early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like you said in the interview, they were everywhere. I mean, they were what people aspire to be, the level of the game, right? And they're still out there. They're still writing, like you heard, recording new music and playing shows. So if you get a chance, go look up their catalog of music. If you're not as familiar, maybe as some other bands, I don't know what our audience might be. Some younger people there. Go check them out. They got, obviously great music. And Wes is still touring, so in Florida, like he said. So go check them out.
Dude, all I know is if we don't put Kyle in here soon,
I know they're gonna kill us.
People are pissed off. So let's go ahead and let's bring Kyle in. Kyle, how are you?
What's happening, guys?
Man, I know I told you 8 o'clock, and I forgot how long that Wes interview was. And
Yeah,
I
No
apologize.
worries. No worries at all. I'm just happy to be here. I've been watching the show and enjoying, so no worries, man.
good deal, bro. Good deal. We appreciate your patience. And like Kevin said, dude, our YouTube comments, we never get hardly any. We're Facebook heavy, right? And they have been blowing up. The YouTube comments have been blowing up since before we went live. I remember from our last interview, right, Kevin? We went in depth about your music and how you've correlated it onto YouTube, and it's showing through tonight. Your audience is here, sir.
You know, it's so cool, man, because watching the interview with Wes, kind of like how you mentioned, like it is such a difference from like back in the day to today. And it was crazy because I could kind of see, some similarities in some of the things he was talking about, just in a totally different landscape. So yeah, man, the YouTube, I see all you guys out here. Appreciate everyone being here. And hell yeah, man. Like I said, it's good to see you guys again for sure.
Yeah, Kevin and I, like, we talk about it. I said it then. We talk about it all the time. I mean, I feel like the old man sitting on his porch talking about the horse-drawn carriages. He's like trying to explain that to everybody that's driving automobiles. That's how I feel now, and I fucking hate that. I'm like, damn it, dude. You don't understand. Like, it was before streaming. And they're like, what? But that's the world we live in, man. And I love it. I love the technology. I mean, this show wouldn't exist if it wasn't for that. For sure. So I'm not hating on that. It just makes you feel old as shit. That's all I'm saying.
For sure, man. And it in a way, I mean, again, going back to what Wes said, in a way it levels the playing field, because it gives all of us, no matter the size you are as a creator of any sort, the platform is there, the audience is there. It's almost like it's up to us nowadays to go out and like go to them almost, like again, back in the day, like let's say, radio or MTV or whatever the case was, there might have been only just a couple of outlets where you got that style of music from. So it was very exclusive curating, so to speak, where I feel like nowadays there's so much out there, so much variety. Everyone, they don't want to hear what you want them to hear. They want to hear what they want to hear. You know what I mean? So it's definitely an on-demand era for sure.
The internet has removed a lot of the gatekeepers, I think is what you were referring to. The gatekeepers are gone now, and the ball's in your court as the content creator or the artist. The problem is that you got to work a little bit harder because everybody else has got, right, Kevin?
I was going to say that same thing. You have to work a little bit harder because you got to cut through all the fucking tape. So for somebody to find you, because there is so much out there now, for somebody to find you, it's a little more difficult. So you've got to find that niche or find that one thing. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about with your YouTube and with Minecraft. You have to tell that story again. You told it the last time you were with us on how the whole Minecraft thing happened, but it has helped you tremendously by finding that audience and taking it to where you're at now. How many, you sent me the talking notes. So I'm going to pull up 210,000 YouTube subscribers.
Yeah.
That is, I just want, can we have 10?
No.
We just want 10,000.
I think honestly, I've been watching. You guys have gained almost 20 subscribers since this show started.
Nice.
Okay.
I like it.
Sweet.
That's it. You're on every week now. Every episode
you're a
on.
recurring artist. Yeah.
And the cool thing was, that they do the Spotify Wrapped. I'm sure you guys saw 100 of them a couple days ago. This year I had 1.1 million unique listeners and 24 million streams. So again, to just like take that into context for a second, where that was over 1 million unique listeners just at Spotify. And if you take that average of 24 million streams, that was like each person almost streamed 25 songs. And they all didn't. So some of them were much lower. Imagine the ones that were higher than that, though, that had to bring that average up. A lot of the fans, I mean, I retweeted hundreds of these things. I had to have. And there was a couple of them. One guy spent something like 55,000 minutes listening to me in the year. That's the equivalent of like 38 days straight that music was playing in that house. And that was just one of many, And again, it all really stemmed from blowing up on YouTube with the Minecraft videos, So
you see that right there?
Right. Unreal, man. I think easy right there. I think he means 17,000 minutes, I would assume.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. That's quite a bit. But
yeah, I'd have to do the math on that, right?
Either way, though, 17,000 minutes, that's got to be something like 20 days if we're comparing what I just said with the 55,000 or whatever it is,
Right.
Yeah, I think, like you said, Kevin, like it really is harder than ever to kind of carve out your niche, so to speak. But when you get them, like, again, some of the fans that are in the chat right now, like Easy, who you just put up, and Miss Diamond is here, and some of these who I've been seeing in my live chat and live streams for 5 years in some cases, that found the music because of the Minecraft videos that started 5-6 years ago, and have almost, I mean, you know, I don't ever almost to sound like I'm like a bragging asshole or something, but in a way, they've almost built like a cult following where some of these fans, and you see the comments on there now about how this was my childhood 5 years ago, and it's incredible, man.
Going back to feeling old, right? You're like, oh shit,
No shit, bro.
shit,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, but that's a good thing. That's a good problem. So I got a couple questions that I want to unpack out of what you just said. First one is you listed the amount of unique listeners on Spotify and then total downloads, right? So without, I'm not asking personal finance questions, but as a global question, we mentioned all the time on the show, it was in the Wes interview, you're a young artist starting your band. It's not easy. People have to quit for, you know, various real life reasons, got to get a job, do this, you know, even if you write good music, you're eating ramen noodles on the road to begin with or whatever, right? So how is it nowadays when you have done what you've done, correlating your music online with the Minecraft thing, to have that Spotify, the numbers that you just put out, how does that play into your overall like revenue stream, as far as that has to free you up, right, in a certain amount of way to not have to road warrior it in a van struggling night after night in these little smaller towns, right? You're doing it through the internet, right?
100%, man. You literally nailed it right on the head. I haven't been on tour in almost 3 years right now. And the first 7 or 5, 6, whatever years of my career was all about being on the road, 60 days at a time, coming home for a week. I am going to tour in the new year, but more on a very select schedule, more looking at doing 10, maybe 15 dates in 10 or 15 days in a certain region, and then coming home for a month or 6 weeks, and then going out, maybe hitting 10 dates in this region, and then coming home. Because yes, the internet is here, all the Spotify streaming. So it is almost like you're reaching people. Like, okay, for example, if I open my Spotify for artists right now, which gives you all the data and analytics, it usually tells you how many people are listening right now. So on average, there might be 350 people listening at this very second on Spotify. So think about those 350 people in a club. That'd be a great show. You know what I'm saying? In a market. So that's basically happening at all times. It's just people are in the house doing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I hear it all the time. Artists, bands, whatever, will complain that, oh, Spotify and these streaming platforms don't pay and blah, blah, blah. I get where some of them come from, but on the other side of that, I completely disagree with it, because, if anyone could go out and get 10,000 streams and be rich from it, everyone would do it. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be a bit of a bar set. You know what I'm saying? So because I get 24, 25 million streams a year, yeah, I mean, that equals, whatever, like, let's just say every million streams on Spotify is about $4,500 to $5,000.
Right.
So let's say $4,500 to $5,000 per million stream. So yeah, man, I mean, it's been incredible. And I'm not going to lie, on top of that, it's been life-changing, especially the kind of rise over the last like 5 years, let's say. It's incredible, man. It really does free me up to where, the only thing I focus on day and night is Blacklite District, AK-19, my label. I have a full staff and team. I think we're over 10 people now, a part of my management, my agents, my publicity team. I mean, it really is a team effort, but again, it's all in-house. It's like I get to guide the ship, and because of the success of the streaming has allowed me to put together a team like that, to where the forward movement is always the top priority. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's great. And like you say, we come from the other side of it, the pre-Spotify streaming internet part of it, where you did want to own it in the sense of going out and doing hand-to-hand combat in the bars, winning people over live, because that is the drug, right? That's where it feels the greatest. But nowadays you almost demo yourself in your home, whether you're recording and producing everything in your house, and then demo it on the social platforms, gain the following there. And like you said, then you can be strategic as to where you pick the venue that you want to play, or how many nights you want to play in a row, right? It does free the artists up for the guys that make it work. It doesn't work for everybody for a ton of reasons, but the ones that can figure it out, benefit from it. So second question real quick, and Kevin, I don't want to hog up all the time, but how and we probably covered it the last time. But explain to everybody in the comments that may not know the story, how did you tie your music to the Minecraft the way you did? And then also, was there any hesitation? Did you feel like maybe you were, it's like, this is my music, I don't want it to be associated with Minecraft, I want to be associated with me or my thing, right? Like, what was the trade-off there?
I'm really glad you asked that, man. That's a great question. So yeah, it really started like almost 10 years ago. In fact, 2023 will be 10 years since my first like charted top 40 single. And it was a song called With Me Now in 2013. Came out somehow, you know, the magic was in the air. My first single comes out, goes on Octane, it goes #1 for 6 weeks, selling over 2,000 downloads a week, which at that time was, you know, top 20 worthy of everyone that was on the chart. It was in the top 10 for 6 months after that, and really, you know, introduced me to a nationwide audience almost overnight. That doesn't count the first 10 years before then, as we all know, you know. But so once I kind of got that going, I went on tour, you know, I kind of did things the traditional way, like kind of trying to, you know, shaking hands at every radio station we could on the road. I mean, I did that too, you know. I mean, I still have, as recently as a couple of years on the road, I always try and visit everyone and, you know, maintain or even create those relationships. But, you know, I had a falling out with my manager and label at the time. It was all over greed and money, because again, the song was doing so well that there was a bit of a down period where I didn't really know what the next move was, because of, you know, it was almost traumatizing having this momentum just be stopped in its tracks over greed, like over just unreal bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, fast forward a year or two, I spent a year or two writing music, making demos, like putting shit up online, kind of like you said. And I happened to see the song that was on Octane had like some anime video on YouTube that had just hit 1 million views. And it was like, damn, you know, like, wow, 1 million views in my song. Like, I don't even know what this anime thing is. So I basically reached out to that guy. We kind of formed a partnership. He has a channel that does nightcore videos, which kind of speeds the song up, set to just like an anime motion graphic kind of thing. And we did a bunch of those, and I noticed like the streaming on Spotify and stuff like really start going up, the YouTube views. And again, this was kind of years ago still, where it wasn't really as known as it is today, like what the signs are to watch for something like having a moment or whatever.
Right.
You know, but then I started seeing these Minecraft videos that were the same thing. They were music videos that someone, and it wasn't just someone taking clips from gameplay. I mean, these guys create these videos from the ground up, like a Disney studio would make, you know. Some of it really is incredible. But anyways, long story short, I reached out to the 2, 3 biggest channels I could find. One of the guys happened to have heard of my music through this nightcore thing I was doing. And we basically partnered up right away. We dropped 2 videos within a month, The Struggle and Cold as Ice, which still to this day, I think are my biggest songs. Cold as Ice, about 75 million views on YouTube. The Struggle just hit 50 million. And again, because of that, over the years, you know, that's 5, 6 years ago now, those 2 songs specifically have literally kept growing and kept hitting these algorithms on all these platforms. And they literally get more streams today than they do when they were at their peak back then. And I think it's that kind of virality of the life cycle of these things, almost like radio was, where a song would be played, it would go recurrent, and then it's in the gold. And AC/DC Back in Black has never been out of rotation. You know what I mean? like I feel like this is almost like the internet version of that in a way. You know what I'm saying? Or a movie soundtrack. Same concept, I guess. You know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it's democratized, right?
Definitely.
I mean, it's if you can figure it out, you can make it happen, and people like it. There it is. Kevin.
And sorry, I didn't get to, I should have the second part of your question about any hesitation for it.
Yes.
I'm so glad you asked that, because no one's actually ever asked me about that. But yeah, man, it was like, you think about it, we're rock and roll guys, you know, it's like chains and metal and, you know,
I almost said that, like when I was comparing, I was like, I want it to be my thing. I want it to be black t-shirts, and I want it to be black stuff, and I don't want it to be Minecraft, you know? Dude,
exactly. So yeah, dude, the first year or two, it was a bit like, well, I kind of also have this Minecraft. I got like 100 million views on this Minecraft video. But anyways, you know,
as an aside, yeah.
But again, I think really in the last year since I've been sober, in fact, today's my 700 days sober off fentanyl.
Damn it.
I'm glad we're getting to do that.
That was going to be my part.
Dude,
I was going to congratulate you on that.
We'll get to it. Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
But yeah, no, it's just, I've really, accepted who I am as an artist. I'm grateful to have this fan base, so hardcore, so diehard. I mean, it really is a community. It's like I said, it almost feels like a cult following that continues to grow. And like, if people call them nerds, those are my fucking nerds. You know what I'm saying? Those are my friends, my fans. Like, we're all in the family together. You know what I'm saying? And it's a joke. I don't mean that in any disrespectful way. I'm just saying, coming from the outside looking in, sure, you could get some of the cheesiness of it, but man, again, it's people connecting with music, and however it takes or whatever it takes to make that happen. If it's Minecraft, let's go. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think since Big Bang Theory, people embrace nerd. I think they embrace the term nerd. I think that's how that goes. So.
Dude, I collect Pokemon cards. I'm 32 years old. I probably spent 20 grand on Pokemon cards in the last few months. You know what I'm saying?
I collect Funko Pops.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, there you go. We all got our thing, you know.
Yeah.
So, dude, we're all nerds in some way.
Jared collects whiskey.
Bourbons, but yeah, and I also have some Funko Pops right over here. Forrest Gump and Kramer. I'm looking at them right there. So.
Dude, hell yeah, man.
So before we go any further, I do want to play the Minecraft video for Back into Darkness. But
yeah,
tell me a little bit about the song.
So it's one of my favorites. This is from my album 1990, which actually I believe was about to drop or just dropped when we did the last interview. I just dropped a deluxe version with 5 bonus tracks a couple weeks ago. But again, it just kind of goes to show Back into Darkness came out with the album as an album cut, no spotlight on it, so to speak. 6-7 months later, we drop a visualizer video. I had kept seeing on the streaming platforms that song was doing quite a bit better than some of the other album cuts. You know what I mean? So the whole Minecraft thing came around again. Another one of my anime channels came around, and we were kind of talking. It was like, well, this song might have something. Let's give it a try. And all of a sudden, within the last 3 months, this song has done over 10 million streams, dude. The Minecraft video came out. That's at 1.5 million. But not only that, now this other anime video came out, and it's had this 6 million view 2-month viral moment happen, which has led to 500% increase in streaming across every platform for the last 3 months straight now on this song. So again, like to watch it kind of climb the chart, to see it on like the top 15, the Dirty 30 you guys do, climbing the secondary chart. I mean, again, that combined with the virality of it is awesome. So we did the Minecraft video on my channel, which actually features my character in it, standoff from my normal Minecraft series. But yeah, man, it's a banger, and the fans seem to love this one. So
all right, well, we're going to roll into it. Here is Blacklite District, it's Back into Darkness, and you're watching The Sound.
You give and you give just to get there and fall. You take and you take, and for nothing at all. You run and you run straight into the wall. You don't wanna go there, but your mind goes astray. You can handle the fear, but you can't take the pain. You could jump off the edge, cause the ending's the same. There's a lot in your head, you got nothing but time. We could figure it out, cause you'll always be mine. You could turn this around, but you can't stand the drive. You fall back into darkness again. Realize you can only wish and pretend. No lie, you're in the deepest of my friend, my friend. Oh, you fall back into darkness again. Realize you can only wish and pretend. No lie, you're in the deepest of my friend. Back into darkness again.
So not only is the video good, the fucking song is great.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yes, rocking. And I like what you said. I know that was created for that song. Like you can tell it's not just like chopped up gameplay, right? You know what I mean?
Right. And I should say too that, you know, my partner, Rainimator, shout out Rainimator, my fans know him. He's the channel that most of my Minecraft videos are on, and he animates. This was like an in-house one done by someone else. And, you know, it's kind of weird when you look at just one because it is a part of a longer story to kind of grasp, I guess, what's going on. Took me years to figure out what was going on in my own videos. You know what I'm saying? But again, man, if we can deliver an awesome song like that to a different demographic because they want to see some visuals like this, more power to them, bro. You know, it's just, again, one way of many to get out there these days, you know, so.
Yeah, and I hope that if you're listening to this, you're watching this on the live or the replay, and you're in a band or you're trying to start a band, or really if you're creating content of any way, shape, or form, like you just said, man, there's so many ways to get out there. You get creative with it, right? The avenues of distribution are as vast or as limited as your imagination, and that's the takeaway.
Absolutely. And again, there's so much crossover. Someone in here said they love Pokemon, you know, you like this. I like Michael Myers and horror films. Like, again, there's so many like niche and not only that, but hardcore fan bases out there. If you can, and again, the Minecraft path might not work for everyone. Maybe that was specifically for you know, everyone's path is going to be different. But again, man, be creative because the walls are being torn down every day. You're never going to be able to cut through the clutter by just focusing on one outlet and saying, okay, if like radio, for example, if I'm not embraced by radio, I have no control over that. So what do? Just sit here and hope that the next one's going to do good? Like, that was the thing. It's like, I wanted to find my own platform where I didn't have to rely on someone else to say yes. It's like, right. Fuck that, man. I have my music. I have my fans. We don't need any of this help. Like, we're here. Let's go. If it takes grinding it out for a decade to make it happen, you got to be willing to put that work in, man.
I love it. I love it. Like I mean, you nailed it. That's it. I mean, that is the game in 2022. And I think that game is only going to continue to be played out over and over again into more extremes that we're not even aware of. Are you dabbling, looking into the people listening to y'all, the metaverse stuff? That's going to be a whole nother level of this game, right? When you throw on the headset and you're going to live shows, with air quotes, live shows in 3D. I mean, you can go in there right now. I did it the other day and watch the Foo Fighters play, and it's 3-dimensional, you know, and the graphics are, they're really good, but it's not, 1080p or 4K.
Isn't that how they're doing Ozfest this year too?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, Kevin. I saw a small clip of, they had Ozzy and Motorhead with Lemmy. So I bet you're going to start seeing again, like with the hologram thing that happened a few years ago, you're going to see all these classic, like Ozzy and Randy Rhoads having a virtual concert, or like Led Zeppelin, or some of these classic acts that you haven't been able to see. You're going to see them.
Give me Queen with Freddie Mercury and I'll never take the headset off.
That's right. That's right. And that the technology's there for that. That's easy. I was thinking, I don't remember. Do you remember when that video circulated a few years back of Tupac at the Coachella? I think it was. Yeah. That's kind of what I thought you were referring to. But yeah, in the metaverse or in VR, that's going to be easy to do. But I mean, you're talking, and then so that goes back to what you were talking about, like with the YouTube, all the numbers that you got from that then translates over into Spotify, all because of connecting it to YouTube. What do you think that's going to do when everybody in their home, just say for Ozfest right now, how many tickets can you sell to Ozfest? It's a lot. It is a lot. But how many people don't go to Ozfest because they don't want to make the journey, airfare, travel, whatever? What do you think is going to happen when you can buy a ticket in your house and put on a headset and enjoy it in that way? The numbers are going to go ridiculous. The finances behind that, it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, especially if, like the people putting on the events, if again, I don't know how far away we got to be able to record and put our own shows on in our own homes. I'm sure in the future people will be able to create these concerts and scenarios in their own homes. And then at that point, you're cutting the whole cost of the production out. And you're going to be able to put on these events for almost less, or for next to nothing. But But again, I guess it's going to depend on things like that, like how much it costs to make that happen. I haven't really thought about it much, but I mean, that is an interesting thing to think about.
Oh, that's already a thing. So a 360 camera is not that expensive, really at all. So
Shit.
you can do that right now, and then it's just a matter of editing that video, which Premiere Pro will edit 3D videos. That's not that difficult either.
Oh,
And then
shit.
the
Okay.
part that I'm not familiar with, but I know it exists because people
This
are
is
doing it.
this is the sneaky shit he does, and then goes, "Hey, we're gonna do this," and I don't
Yeah.
know anything about it.
Yeah, exactly. But then uploading it to however you upload it to the metaverse or whatever the metaverse is just one layer, and it probably will be the biggest layer, but it's no different than Facebook versus YouTube. Whoever controls VR in that domain, and it may be multiple people, you upload it to that, and then now I'm in that room that you're in right there, your room, not anywhere else, and I'm watching you write, or I'm watching you perform with a full band or not. Maybe I'm just tuning in to watch you edit videos, but I'm sitting next to you, and that immersiveness is going to be worth it for the people that are commenting right over here on this YouTube. You don't think they would pay $5 to sit there and go from A or start to finish with you on a song, but be sitting next to you? It's going to happen. There's no doubt.
Wow. You just
It's
blew
gonna
my
happen.
mind, bro. You
Yeah, and
literally-
none of these are my ideas. I didn't come up with that.
No,
Like
for
I
sure.
read and hear all this shit. The example that I heard was Game 7 at the World Series. What do you think a ticket costs to be sitting behind home plate? It's super expensive, and there's only a few of those, right? But what do you think is going to happen when they pop up the VR 360 cam and they can sell that seat to everybody?
Oh shit, yeah.
The economics go like that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
all you need is high internet bandwidth and whatever VR system is available. Now, will it be as great as being there? No. But when technology really hits its peak, it's going to be so damn close, you're not going to care.
Yeah,
you know?
so you got to look at it this way, and you went into sports, so you kind of perked
Piqued your
my
interest? Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
you
That
got
was
it.
on purpose, Kevin. I'm always
But
thinking.
anyways, but when you're sitting there, you're sitting there behind home plate watching Game 7. How cheap can you get something to sit on the 50-yard line at the Super Bowl?
It's going to be cheap.
I mean, that's right there. The Super Bowl is the shit you'll never get tickets to. That's a bucket list for me, and I know unless I hit the fucking lottery, I probably will never afford a ticket to the Super Bowl. But VR, hell yeah, I'll pay $100 to sit there with the headset on and watch the damn game.
Well, and it may even be cheaper than that. And when you think about how many people can buy it, right? It lowers the cost. It doesn't undercut a real ticket because people that can afford that will still go.
It's almost like a new version of like pay-per-view, except for
Right.
virtual reality.
It's exactly what it is, man. And then people like you will get creative in how they do it. So it won't, it like
Right.
your stream will be different than everybody else's stream and how you interact with your fans in the camera. It's just,
We could have an actual concert in an actual Minecraft universe.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's going to be
100%.
crazy seeing what people do with that, bro. Shit.
I love brainstorming like this.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here fucking taking notes. I'm like,
Dude,
yeah.
I spend a few days of my week for hours a day with a few of my team members doing this exact same thing, just figuring shit out, coming up with just shit we would have thought was cool, Like for example, we're putting together a tour for late spring, early summer. We're going out. We're trying to do only as many all ages venues as we can. We even have one show that's a Sunday matinee show that's going to be over by 6 p.m. And we're talking about maybe if it was even just, now think about this, 1 hour Blacklite District concert. The hour before that, there's going to be a couple of gaming stations set up. You're going to be able to game with Blacklite District, with the band. There might, like the pop-up store. We're just trying, again, none of this confirmed, but we're just trying to come up with unique experiences beyond just the concert. Like, what is going to get these kids? Because we've had parents that have driven their kids 5 and 6 hours to see their first concert. Let's give them an experience.
There
Right.
you go.
So
There you
it's
go.
always it's that kind of stuff. That's why I always have a good vibe with you guys, man. You can just feel the creativeness. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why we're all hooked, bro. It's like whether it's this streaming shit like this or it's writing songs or going to concerts, it makes life better. That's just as simple as that. Simple as that.
I literally live and breathe on music. Like I tell my wife all the time, it's like some people hear it as a song. Like I hear this shit as life and death. Like it is that serious for me, And I'm sure we all have our songs and our things that kind of put us in that vibe. But man, that powerful feeling, I tell everyone that's a high you can't buy, bro.
That's true. That's true. And going back to your brainstorm sessions, like I mentioned, those 360 cameras, they're out there right now. They're not that expensive. And it's kind of like the 360 VR YouTube right now. Cause YouTube, I thought of this while we were talking. YouTube is a platform where you can upload that, and that is connectable to the VR headsets. YouTube VR right now is like YouTube was in like 2010. There's not a lot of content out there. So whatever gets put out there will be seen. But the market's also smaller too, right? You don't have as many people watching YouTube VR as they are this YouTube. So the trade-off, but get in on the ground floor and ride the wave up.
For sure. I mean, if you were my manager, I'd say you hit it right on the die. You know what I'm saying? No, bro, for real. And again, it is about finding and embracing that. That's kind of what I've seen is the problem, especially in rock and roll over the last decade or two, is so many people either don't want to embrace the new technology and just say, no, we have a formula. This is how you do it. We're going to stay there. And everyone's going to be driving themselves out of business by the end when it's all said and done, because people don't want to move forward.
I'll name some names: Toys R Us, JC Penney's, what else? I mean, you talk heavy hitters in their industries.
Sears,
Kmart,
gone. You know why?
Was even impossible for them to fall at that point, you know?
Correct. And it's because of Amazon.
Yeah. Changing with the times. I just saw a commercial, I live in a smaller area out here. I'm not in a big metro where I get like Amazon same day type shit. But I saw on TV that Target and Walmart are now doing same day delivery, and it's like, yeah, you guys got to step it up, man. You're going to be all driven out. So you're going to be seeing the same shit from all them. You know what I mean? So
they're lucky enough that they were big enough to be able to be late, because they were late. But they had the capital to turn the ship, right? The little businesses or little businesses couldn't. So same thing for me.
I live in the retail world, and I see it every single day of emails. Hey, we're doing this. We're doing this. We're doing this. So
yep. Well, and so to kind of bring it back home before we wrap it up, for the bands and the artists out there, TikTok, right? That's what you need to understand. That's your version of getting put to death like Toys R Us did through Amazon. Whether you like it or not, or you think it's stupid or it's like boring, whatever your opinion is on it, that's where the eyeballs are. And there are bands locally, Kevin and I know, some that are doing it not at all, which is not smart. Some that are phoning it in, kind of like we do with the sound on TikTok, because we haven't figured out our stride there yet. And then there's some that are owning it and they're winning at it. And those bands are going to do just what you've done with Minecraft and YouTube. They're going to do it with their songs on TikTok, and it's off to the races.
There's, I don't know if you guys have heard of a band called No Resolve.
Yes.
A great example of a band who has utilized TikTok and turned it into sold out tours across the country. The drummer Chance is a close friend of mine. We were texting earlier today, and it's fucking incredible, man. There again.
Is it the lead singer that's all over Facebook stories and TikTok now in his UPS uniform?
Yeah.
And changing from his UPS uniform into being live on stage and
again, going back to what you said a bit ago, wouldn't it, like, it's like the Minecraft thing, like, oh, like, is this metal enough? Dude, it's the same thing, bro.
You see, you nailed it. I was going to say that. You nailed it. That's right. Because there's that hesitation to be like, oh, I don't want people to know I'm a UPS driver, or do I want to share that or whatever. But it's like, the more you give people, the more they want to know. That's like we talked with Wes. Like, I want to know the beginnings. How did you peel the layer back on that onion? We want to know. And if you can do that through social media nowadays, man, people eat it up. They really do. So. You brought it up earlier though. Kudos on the sobriety, man. I think we touched on that last time you were on the show. So I know that's a constant battle, right, Kevin? You can speak to that as well.
Yeah, no, I was just going to tell you congratulations on 700 days. I saw that today, and
thank you.
Not trying to brag. I'm 7.5 years sober, so I know the battles that it goes to get through. Even today, there's still battles that I have to deal with. But to get that far and the constant battle day in and day out, congratulations, man.
Dude, and back at you, bro. I mean, again, congrats to you. 7.5 years is no joke, and it is a struggle every day, man. But, you know what? I mean, it's the best choice I've ever made. I mean, we really have something to live for here. You know what I'm saying? And because of all this exciting stuff we've been talking about, it makes me excited for the future because there is so many possibilities and who knows what's going to happen next. That's there's almost like this not knowing excitement in the air of like what's coming next in a day and age where songs from 30 years ago are blowing up for the first time. Bro, who knows? You know, we could be in the middle of a legendary interview and not even know it for 20 more years. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk, bro. Real talk.
It's 100%, dude. And like you said, it's so much to live for. You nailed it. And I hope people take that quote home. So much to live for, man. Don't throw it away on drugs or alcohol or whatever your vice is, man. Just keep moving forward.
Absolutely, bro. 100%.
So
awesome. Well, Kyle, thank you so much for joining us. Man,
dude, anytime.
I love having you on and love chatting with you.
It's always a good chat, bro.
Dude, back at both of you guys. Like I said, I have such a fun time chatting with you guys. It doesn't feel like we're in like a forced interview. Like we can just have a conversation about some real shit. And again, I love everything you guys do at The Sound. Big supporter. Any of my fans here, you guys obviously please support, subscribe, check out the station. I'd love to come down to the Gulf Shore and play in 2023 and kick it in person and say what's happening for sure. So thank you guys.
As they say in the biz, have your people call us.
Definitely.
Keep us in the loop. We always say it. Keep us in the loop on the new material. All you got to do is just shoot us an email. It doesn't have to be a big to-do, and we'll kick it on the station.
For sure. Well, like I said, 2023 is my 10-year anniversary of my first charted single. So I'm releasing my first 2 albums as deluxe editions with a ton of new content, new music. All that good stuff is happening. I'm in the middle of a documentary. There's some big news coming with all that kind of stuff soon. We're talking about a possible multi-episode documentary with this story. And let's see what happens next year, guys. I'm so excited, man. Thank you guys again. And let's do it again.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Hell yeah, guys. We'll see you soon.
Have a good one.
See you later. Thank you.
All right, Kevin, we got people chomping at the bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let me make sure that my count is still correct. I need to double check the poll, and then we have the TikTok, the YouTube viewers votes. I've got them written down, and we will go into this. And wow, that was a sudden surge from the last time I checked. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
what's up, Guido?
Your winner of the grudge match, and still champion. Pardon the Scars with Purge getting 61% of the votes tonight. So they will move on to our December 16th episode. And I think Brent was in here earlier from In the Pit. I don't know if he's still in here, but December 16th, we are doing, it's a Friday episode, but it's the Friday night or the Friday before Massive Pit Fest.
Yep.
So we're going to have Chris Huff from Archeons on with us. Brent, I hadn't reached out to him yet, but Brent Kreiner from In the Pit will be joining us as well.
Brent, you're joining the show whether you like it or not.
So that'll be going on. And the grudge match will feature Pardon the Scars going for the Hall of Fame against Shallow Side and their song The Worst Kind.
I like it. I like it.
That'll be the grudge match on the next one. Okay, there. Brent's like, I'm there.
Look, I got it right here. Boom.
Yep. So that's December 16th. And then we'll have another show December 28th. 3 episodes this month. We're wrapping up the year just right.
I love
Trying to catch up with the 500 episodes that Brownwater Banter has.
No, we're not that high yet. We're not that high yet. Thanks everybody in the comments, man. That means the world, dude, for y'all tuning in. And if you dug what you saw tonight, follow us on whatever platform is your favorite. And most importantly, though, download the app. I mean, that's where we put out a lot of our content. You don't have to cut through the algorithms to see us. If we're putting it out, you'll know about it. Keep your notifications on. We don't spam. We actually do a terrible job of sending out notifications.
No
but when it's important, we make sure that it gets out to you. Thanks to the guys in Etched in Embers. Y'all all remember that, and everybody listening, that the grudge match is Kevin and I's way of saying, not only do we love all the music that we play, but we want to highlight these particular bands, and that's what we did tonight. So thank y'all for allowing us to play y'all's music.
I mean, that's what the grudge match is about.
Right.
We're putting two heavy hitters up against each other
Correct.
every single time we do it.
Correct.
And we love everything that we play, and it's
And hopefully they fan swap. You know what I mean? Like the Pardon the Scars people showed up tonight and they voted, but hopefully if they hadn't heard of Estivembers, which I find unlikely, for those two, but they siphon fans off from one another and continue to grow. That's the game.
yes. So thank you guys. We will see you on the 16th of December to talk about massive pit fest at the Juke Joint. And
Guido was just in the comments.
yes, Guido, my man. All right, we'll see you.